fire was actually turned off, so that was put on. If that's been turned off again, I think maybe the control, you know, when you have to kind of like reset the controller.
Yeah, I think that's actually the case. Because I saw Purple H actually doing a motion towards the L button, and the L trigger sometimes does not work if you do not enter the GameCube controller properly.
Right.
It's a small issue, but it's good to have that fixed before we actually start.
Yeah. Okay, so we're actually going into our game now. These jab combos, just jabs coming out against Purple H.
The Cloud, yeah. Right, and there's already the first limit online for the Red Cloud in this case.
Getting the full cross-slash combo. That shot will knock Villager off, and Jbandrew just recovers and keeps that left side of the stage. He's got the grab and goes for an immediate finishing touch.
That was
clean.
That was a brilliant combo by two players from the blue team.
That is the original one that made Cloud so devastating in doubles. It still works, just at a much higher percentage.
That is true, and it depends on like which character, because some characters do not have the appropriate throws to get those type of combos off. But Meta Knight's forward throw clearly showed that gets the job done.
Yeah.
So after that, clearly blue team with full stock lead right now. They're really making advantage of the stock advantage, because right now all of them are in similar percentage range except for Jbandrew.
Yeah.
So they got actually a big advantage right now already.
Jbandrew says he's taking his time with everything he does. He's very, very composed and slow, which kind of slows down the game. Nice KO onto the Villager, and gets a cross slash as well. That'll be 2 stocks taken, one for the red team, one for the blue team. And Jband getting a nice edge guard as well will grant them a 2-stock lead, and only 66% on Jband.
Jband is really, surprisingly enough, with the team of Cloud, you expect the Cloud to like lean back and just wait for free punishes. While with Purple H and Jbandrew, it's Jbandrew who's just waiting and fishing for opportunities, like this right now with the great up air string.
He waited, he didn't try to finish it off, and he gets a stage tech, that's it! An early stock. Will he share it? Probably should. This is a 5-2 stock scenario. This is looking very, very commanding from the blue team. And there's limit ready for that Villager.
I was expecting Blue Cloud to already use his limit, but obviously the other Cloud wasn't at the right percentage to kill.
Yeah. Playing a little bit of Cloud tennis earlier as well with those nairs and from both teammates. Lloyd knocking back Cloud, but nothing came from it. I mean, maybe if perhaps
I'm not sure if that actually was intentional, but...
Not at all. Not at all.
But he did get the kill on the Meta Knight.
Yes. 1 is enough for now. Just something. They need something to keep them going. But unfortunately, gone.
That's not the something they needed.
No, for sure.
So a very convincing game 1 for the blue team. Looks like they just had a really solid control of the stage the entire game, and they didn't let the red team take control.
Yeah, for sure. And I think you making use of Cloud's ability to kind of get those early KOs in teams, I believe it was definitely Jband and Purple H set up a lot better.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that there wasn't too much. There's not like a huge lack of teamwork between the other two, between Dave and Linkje, but I just think that Purple H were a lot more devastating with when they chose to do it and what they chose to do with those moments.
Whenever they got the chance to do a 2v1 combo, they made the most of it every single time.
Yes, of course, yeah.
And they actually got more opportunities as well, because frankly, in the 1v1 scenarios, they seem to be taking the upper hand almost every time. And just those two things combined gave them a very solid advantage throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
So we're going to Battlefield for game 2. I think I do like the counter pick, but we have Jbandrew also switching characters for it.
Yeah, you're going for the Sheik.
I have not seen Jbandrew's Sheik yet, so I don't know what to think of it. But I guess we'll get to find out right now.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of this. You know, teams that are winning the first game, swapping out their matchups and their teams, and you know, we've been positing the idea that maybe it's just because they want to keep their opponents on their toes, not giving them the same matchup to play, but also they're taking down the strength of what they had in the first game. They're changing their own matchup, so they're playing differently. And there was nothing wrong with the way Jband was playing in game 1.
No, not at all. I thought Jband was actually playing really well throughout that game. A
bit too early on the finishing touch.
Yeah, but
from Purple H.
Yeah, what I was saying was Jbandrew was playing amazing throughout the first game, so I'm not sure what decided him to make that character switch. But so far, it doesn't really seem to be going against their favor. But I thought his Meta Knight was a lot more impactful, at least early on.
Yeah.
Great finishing touch from Linkje.
Yeah, Linkje getting that. Don't come near the bowling ball. It's a devastating move. One of the highest knockbacks, I think, for a forward smash is silly.
Yeah, and the fact that when you just throw it off a ledge, it consistently has a sweet spot. It doesn't have a sour spot like when it travels halfway or something, which makes it even more frightening.
Yeah, and also if you're dropping it off the edge, you get a completely non-committal edge guard. You have to do nothing.
Exactly.
And it's so strong.
Okay, then we have a little bit of team attack from Dave, but doesn't really end in anything horrible for his teammate. And
ooh, wow, that's really interesting. The villagers spacing back just enough so that when they tried to punish, when Purple H tried to punish Dave, actually took out Jband stock.
Yeah, and with Jband hitting that up smash on Linkje, we actually once again have an even game. So far, the red team is actually doing a lot better in game 1.
Well, the bowling ball landing onto Linkje from Dave, not nice.
I've noticed that Dave has actually been hitting Linkje actually a decent amount, more than he should, but so far it's not too bad just yet. He hasn't killed him, he hasn't edge guarded him yet.
But it's still unnecessary percent that they just they can't afford to be taking.
That is true, but from the other perspective, they are gaining rage from that, and maybe it could be enough in certain situations to utilize that, even though
both
two
Clouds
finishing touches missing,
throwing out their finishing touches.
But one of them gets punished for it with death. So right now, so now we once again have a lead for the blue team. It's not a big lead, but it is a lead right now. But assuming... Oh wait, it's actually 2 stock. I thought the Cloud was also a 1 stock.
No, it's 2 stock lead,
Yeah, it's a significant lead actually.
But the blue team are on high percentages, so if they can just mitigate the damage they'll be taking from the blue team and actually take their stocks quickly, it will be a lot closer than it seems.
That is true. If they both take out the blue player stock right now, then they actually have a good fighting chance.
Wow, knocked him back really far. But again, had that limit, very, very mature, patience, and then throwing out the limit, Klim Hazard at a later date.
Indeed. So in the meantime, you were talking about mitigating the damage, but right now Link is already on 110%.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have a really hard time, even if they get double kill.
There it is!
As
and he recovers as well.
Alright, so everything's possible once again, because everyone's on 1 stock, Cloud has rage, and soon possibly even the limits. So if they can get one proper team combo off, that might already be the end of Jbandrew's stock.
Oh, that's a dangerous position to go. Oh, beautiful, yeah. The Nair into follow-up bouncing fish, and the dynasty, whatever you want to call it, the tournament winner. Beautiful.
It's a combination I've seen Greg and Ice use a lot recently, because Ice prefers to use Cloud in doubles, and he will always do a forward or back throw into the Sheik's up smash.
Yeah.
And just because of not even the angle, but usually the Sheik will just get the up smash while Cloud is still holding on to his opponent.
Yeah.
And that, as you just saw, it killed at 90, I think, or 100.
About that, yeah. But the sweet spot, obviously, very, very powerful.
And let's be honest, normally Sheik will never kill at that percentage.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just being able to have that little bit of charge, getting that sweet spot.
Exactly.
It all just kind of builds together to make it a very, very powerful kill move, especially for doubles.
Yeah.
But I mean, well played by them. I was having a moment here, Purple H and Jband. Yeah, so obviously the character change did just work. It just maybe